Welcome to the D&D world.
Hello, fellow player characters. It's been a long time, but we're back to Pool of Radiance. This is Dave on CRPG Dungeons & Dragons Night on YouTube and CRPG D&D Night on Twitch. And hopefully all our last save is still there. I hope you remember what I did last time, because I don't. Just kidding. Alright. Okay, so... yeah, I bought some new equipment last time, I believe. Let's check it out. Yes, we got silver equipment now. It was silver weapons we got, so... okay. So, just want to double check everything, make sure everybody's on board here. Silver longsword. Mm-hmm. +2. Okay. Okay. All right. And it's going to take a while till we get to anything else, so... in the meantime... oops. Almost got lost on my map. Just to remind everybody that's not seen any of my previous playthroughs of this, I have my monitor right here, which has the map to the game here. Here, I'll show you. And while I'm doing moving along, the map kind of adds on to it as I go along through the game. So And that's what's going on over here. And then if you're seeing me instead of looking straight, which is the camera right here, and my monitor's right here, where I have the game, I have the bigger monitor over here that has the map. And that's how my usual setup is. Also on this screen is my chat room and all that stuff, so I can see what you guys are saying to me, if anybody decides to talk to me. Okay, so moving on. You're by the gateway to the unsettled areas. The city watch eyes you suspiciously. It has been a while since I've been on this game, so give me a little bit of leeway because I'm remembering how to play the game again. Alright. Okay, so we're in the library area. Hey, how's your day been, Dave? I think that's your name. I don't know. I forgot. Yes, it is Dave. And I usually introduce myself as Dave at the beginning of my stream, so. How are you doing? What do we got here? Evil-looking frogs boil up from below. Now, mind you, in this particular area, I know I was having a particularly hard time going along here, so yeah, this is probably going to be a little rough. Oh my god. So, okay, just making sure also I'm good doing last day of my little vacation with my dad just before school starts. And what grade will you be going to? If you're starting a new grade this year, what grade would you be going to? If you can tell me. If you don't want to tell me, that is fine. Oh, eighth? Okay. Let's see here. And of course, these guys are poisonous, so this is going to be fun. Cast. Let's see here. Sleep. Manual. That's probably going to be my best bet right there without putting anybody to sleep, I think. Now let's do that one. Oh. Oh. You never know. Let's see. Aim. Manual. One down. Two down. What just happened? I hate it when the game does that. Alright. That was anyway, I was backing up with him, so I should have got him some darts or something, because I want to keep him back right now. Yeah, this one guy, Durton, is an NPC, and not a very strong one. He's on along for the ride with me for a particular quest. I don't remember the quest. I gotta rewatch my own videos to remember what that was. Okay, so, let's see. Mm, done. I'll just have him guard for right now. Please don't poison me. Did she get poisoned? Okay. Covered. Oh, good. Didn't get poisoned. Okay. Done. Okay, the party has won. Each character receives 44 experience points. And we're going to go ahead and view everybody here. So I can remember where exactly it was where we want our experience. Yeah, we're level 4. I don't think we're going to be expecting to be doing any leveling up for a while. So, okay. Is it, is it, you're just south of Kudos Well. Kudos to you. Okay, camp. Magic. Cast. Nope, you can't cast spells. What am I thinking? At this moment, I'm trying to just figure out what I'm supposed to do next, actually. Because I do have some quests I can do, but unfortunately they're out of my range at the moment. So, I'm hoping that other people that have been watching me play this game will hop on and give me kind of a pointer on where to go next. I do my best not to use any walkthroughs or anything, but if I have no choice, then I will refer to a walkthrough. But strangely enough, walkthroughs for Pool of Radiance aren't exactly easy to find for me. So that's the big to-do. Even though there is a clue book here, but I'd have to shut off the game to activate it. Okay. And of course, I think I do have the clue book in my phone, so if I have to, I'll just go over and grab my phone there and look it up on the PDF. What was it? Cast? Yep. Goes up to Maeve. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hope. Also, on my YouTube channel, there are a few people that have played this game before, and they usually give me tips and tricks in the comments. So if I don't figure it out tonight, whatever tonight, then we just move on. In the meantime, though, I just that area that I was at, I'm just mainly exploring it because um, well, there's a library over there that big wall was, but right next to it is open area, and I'm exploring it as I go. The main problem with that area is it's packed with critters that are poisonous, and I really don't have anything just yet that counteracts poison, so I really have to be careful. And with this particular game, a lot, especially with the earlier gold box game, there is an excessive amount of micromanaging each character. Yes. And magenta needs to memorize sleep. He does have spells. Okay. I just had to memorize them. Yeah, the last time I played this, I think I figured out why I wasn't having spells with him. And it was because he had to memorize them first. So here's all his spells. He's got like first, second, and third level spells. Okay, that does come in handy. Uh, okay. Let's view him. Of course, he doesn't have a picture. Male human, age 67, so he's an old fart. Okay, lawful good cleric. He's got 20 coppers to his name. He's already level 5. Oh, wow, I really don't have to worry about him, do I? He has chainmail armor and a mace. Okay. Man, and I was sitting here thinking I had to be worried about him. Okay, so go ahead and rest. Gonna go ahead and save. No, we don't want to quit to DOS. Yeah, that's another thing you have to watch out for on this game is if you save, it's going to ask you yes or no if you want to quit and go back to your desktop, which is, on this it's DOS. So you have to watch out for that because I've made the script so many times where it's like I accidentally hit yes and it shuts off the game, then I have to start all over again from where I left off. You know, rebooting the game and all that. It's a pain in the ass. So yeah, always remember to hit no, unless you really want to quit the game. So we're gonna hit no, and I think that is it for that. So exit. Yeah, right now this area is called what is called the old slums, or just the slums, and it was basically an area I had to clear out, and I went the wrong way. And the reason I keep looking over here, even though the game's right in front of me right here, I have my monitor up here and it has a map over here that adds onto itself as I move along in areas I haven't been to. So I'm seeing a full map of the slums right now since I've run through pretty much everything here. And you know what? I think I'm going to go for it this time. There is one spot in this area here that I have been unable to beat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and give it a shot. Some monsters are tossing a sack of grain. When the sack breaks, they wail, "Oh no, what can we throw now?" One looks your way. "I know," he says. A battle begins. Now, this particular battle I have not been able to beat. Mainly because everybody tells me I need a particular spell that I need help with. But, when I get the opportunity for it, the spell never shows up to purchase it. And then someone told me, "Oh, you get a scroll at this place." So I get there and it's a scroll for something else. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong here that I just can't seem to get a hold of that particular spell. Okay, aim, manual. Pretty much out of the slums. I'm done already with the slums. It's just this one spot I want to, it's been pretty much a hassle and a pain in the ass for me, so uh, I really don't know what else to do about it. I just periodically come back and try to get this one fight done and over with, because I know the rewards are supposed to be pretty good, but it's just, I want, in order to clear it, I just get this one fight out of the way and I'm done with it. But more recently, I discovered that, and this was pointed out to me by viewers, that I really didn't have to finish it in order to go on to other areas. So I started exploring other areas, and now that I'm at level 4, I'm going to give it a shot again. And I also have different weapons than last. So, only the one, okay. Aim, manual. Now, I'm trying a trick someone told me about, which is to not take out the ogres, but to get the trolls out of the way first. It's just the trick of hitting them first. Cast. Did I put it on the wrong person? Oh yeah, I have that one. I bought the set the other about a year ago, and I periodically go back to them. I think I finally finished the last game on the box for about a week ago. The only reason I don't have it on my channel is it's not an RPG, so. One down. I use God mode to beat Doom 1. I still had trouble beating it. Um, Doom 1, I'm trying to remember, but yeah, I think out of the two, Doom 2 I had to use God mode on, and Doom 1 I didn't use God mode on, but I pretty much stick to God mode most of the time and do my best not to use give all with keys. Oh, it was Maeve that was hurt. Okay. So, down guard. Okay. Um, aim manual. Hold on. Let me view. Yeah. Um, I think the one thing that they had a problem with is a lot of the times they just started. I think my biggest problem was just finding the keys half the time in the game. And there's like some levels I'm like going around in circles and have no clue where I'm supposed to find the keys. Let's see. So, manual. Is it close enough now? Nope. Okay. And the thing is you do get an in-game map, so you just have to press. Well, if you're using the keyboard, it's M, but I forgot what it was. If you're using the controller, I think it's Y for the map. Here. Done. Well, since he doesn't need the guard, so he can just quit. Okay, cast. Yeah. Okay. And manual. Okay. I'm gonna leave you there for now. Done guard. Done guard. Manual. Oh, damn. Took him out with one blow. Manual. Oh, yeah. Just gave him two, that's it. Damn. I'm still having a hard time with these guys. Bandage. Finally, I'm down to two. And I'm down two. I'm down three. Bandage. I'm down 4. Well, I'm down to the last 2. I lasted longer than I normally do. What sucks is even at the fact that level 4, I still have a hardest time hitting these guys. Yep. And that's pretty much the end of them, so the monsters rejoice for the party has been destroyed. Okay, well... Now we got to reactivate the game, because, it doesn't just go back to the beginning of the game, or the title screen of the game. No, it shuts off the entire game.
Welcome to bonus day.
Don't know why it was way over there. Let's go ahead and look at the clue book, since I'm here. Let's see. Kudos Book, Mendor's Library, 11. Okay, let's go down to 11. There we go. I really hate doing this, but... storyline. Mendor's Library is one of the great centers of knowledge in all of Moonsea reaches. After the fall of Flan, most of the monsters didn't know what to do with the library. The boss, however, recognized it for the treasure trove that it was. He had the library magically sealed until he could send out a team of experts to pillage the library's secrets. Unfortunately for the boss, the flight of the worms caused chaos throughout Flan and diverted his attention away from the library. The City Council knows that tomes and books from Flan's past could hold secrets to their salvation, so have set a bounty for the recovery of important documents. Party's job: clear the block containing the library, discover some of the background and secrets of the boss, and gain the bounty for returning some of the important works from Mendor's library. Where you can rest. Party can rest anywhere in the library except in the garden. Note: stay in search mode as you move through the library to make sure you find everything you are looking for. You may need to look in an area several times to find all the hidden items among the clutter. Okay, so the big trick is, how the hell do I get in? Okay. There's Pedal Plaza. Already took care of that. Alright, so... I hate doing this, but I kind of had no choice. I need the knock spell. Pikachu, Chewbacca, a coat of arms, Batman, and that painter guy and whatever that red thing is. Bob Ross, I think his name was. Yep, Bob Ross. Let's see here. So, I know I could have looked it up here on the screen, but I wanted to keep this up. What in the world? Okay, so play. Do I have the knock spell? If I don't have the knock spell and I could have purchased it earlier, I might have screwed myself and I might have to start this damn thing all over again. Alright, so camp. I think it's magenta that would have it, so. How about you? Hey, I was born in '76. I should know what Star Wars is. I watched the original trilogy several 100,000 times before I ever saw the prequel trilogy. And I wasn't one of the ones that lost their minds and decided to camp out for weeks on end before the tickets were for sale on Phantom Menace. Because I had a thing called a job that I wanted to keep. Yep. And I bet you know what? I'm gonna look up my old videos here. For the first time viewers, that's the best way to watch it. After that, you kind of know what's going on, so you can watch them any order you want at that point. Son of a bitch. And I'm cussing because it looks like I might have to start over again. Because I would need the knock spell, which I'd never purchased. And nobody in my group has the option of using it. Okay. So I screwed myself. And there's no way I'm going to be able to open those doors until I possibly reach 5th level. And that's going to take forever to get to. So I'm going to have to make a new batch of characters and start fresh. Oh, good thing I'm starting over again, so... I am going to keep the old batch up, and I'm going to call... and, I guess I'm going to have to make a, I was doing so well, too. I need the knock spell. I don't have the knock spell, and it looks like... Okay. Yeah, I'd have to purchase the knock spell. And I know I've seen the knock spell available. So, we're going to do the tried and true tradition of... This is what's going to end up happening here. You get to watch me make 6 new characters. It's also the fact that since I took such a long break from the game, I completely forgot what I was doing. So, it's probably best I start fresh, and I was kind of getting lost anyway because I was doing so much, so I'm going to try to streamline it a little bit more on what I'm doing in the game. I have a better idea now, and I'm quite proud on how far I got this time. Before I realized that I pretty much screwed myself by not having a particular spell. So I got to write that down. First chance I get the knock spell. Hi, Miley. So we're going to do the roll-ups here. Put something under here to keep it a little balanced. Okay, so this is the rules. I have 6 dice here. 6-sided dice here. I got 4 of them. I roll them for 6 stats each character. Hold on, I need to get a paper and a pencil. Okay, there we go. Myself a little space here. Okay, and then out of these 4, I roll. Oh yeah, I gamble the stats. I use the tabletop fashion. You can use the numbers they give you in the game, and you can adjust them as you want. But I try to stay true to the tabletop game for this. So I'm using the same kind of rolls I would use for a tabletop. And what that is I got these 4 6-sided dice here. I roll. I keep the 3 highest. I re-roll 2s and 1s. And the 2s and 1s things, that's my own thing. So we got, let's see here, 5, 4, 4, and 3. So give me just a minute.
Dungeons and Dragons will return after these messages.
Your dungeon master has placed you in a dreadfully precarious position.
You're playing the most phenomenal game ever created.
Your skin grows cold from your first glimpse of the enormous beast.
It's a product of your imagination.
Survival depends on a quick, decisive move.
Your choices are limited.
Stand and fight, or run.
Use your lightning bolt.
Victory is yours.
Win the treasure.
TSR Hobbies.
Dungeons and Dragons games.
Products of your imagination.
Hello fellow player characters, this is Dave on CRPG Dungeons & Dragons Night, and I've started a new series called Reading Forgotten Realms. Basically, I'm just reading the Forgotten Realms novels as they were released in order. And you can check them out. I'll be already starting one at this point with Darkwalker on Moonshae. You get to listen to me drone on, mispronounce words, and other fun little stuff. So go ahead and check it out, and maybe it might help you get to sleep. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever comes first. Bye.
And now, back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, kids, I'm back. Hope I didn't worry you. Okay, so once again, I roll 4 6-sided die. I roll them out for my stats, which are 6 stats for 6 characters. So I gotta do this 6 times 6 times, and I keep the 3 highest. I re-roll 1s and 2s. And we're starting fresh here, so we got 4, a 5, and 2 1s. So the 4 and the 5 we keep over here, and then we re-roll the 2 1s. Got another 4 and another 5, so that's a 14. Eugh. Okay, so we got a 4, but we got 3 1s to re-roll. 2 4s. Well, this character's already starting to suck. And a 3, so 12. And you're giving me a bunch of coat of arms for what? 4, 5, and 2 1s. Oh, we got a 6 and a 5, so 16 that time. That's better. An 18 would be nice, though. Thought it was from Harry Potter. It could be, I don't know. I watched Harry Potter many years ago. I think the last time I watched Harry Potter was when the last Deathly Hallows was... The second Deathly Hallows was in theaters. My eldest stepdaughter, she was a huge Harry Potter fan, and for a while, so she was always watching them, but, okay, so 5. I really didn't watch them much after that. Okay, 2 4s. Reroll the 1. 3, so... God, so 5, 4, 4. That's 13. Oh, we got 6, 6, and a 5. That's a 17. Okay, we're looking better here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more for this character. Okay, oop. This was a 6, 5, and a 4. Reroll the 1. There we go. That's a 16 again. I can't make out what that is. Give me a second. Where's my glasses? Is that a nun or something? I don't know what that is. It's Darth Jar Jar. Oh, okay. So they turned that joke into emoji for whatever reason. Okay. Okay, so 10 and 2 2s. So re-roll the 2s. Got a 3 there, so re-roll the 2. Re-roll the 1. Re-roll the hell that was. A 5. Okay, so 15. And our second character starts a little bit better than the other one. We got an 18. I'm not even going to bother with that one, so yeah. 18. Okay, so 6, 4. Reroll the 2s. Reroll the 1. Okay, so we got a 15. I can only start off with this character. Okay, 13, reroll the 1. Reroll the 2. Reroll the 2. Reroll the 2. There we go, 5. So 15. Wow, this one's got a lot of 15s. Because I see 15, 18, 15, and 15 for this character. 2 more rolls to go. Okay, so 4, 4, and 3. Reroll the 1. Oh my god. Okay, 3. So 4, 4, and 3. That's 11. That is the lowest we've gotten so far. Making sure I wasn't being called. Okay. 5, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so 14. Okay, that one's not too bad. Now we're on to the next character. Oh, okay, 16. Okay, 3, 3, 5, 4. So 5, 4, 12. Okay, 5, 4, 4, and the 1. So re-roll that one. And we got a 6, so 15. Okay, 4, 4, 2, and 1. These two get re-rolled. Those two could stay. Ooh, okay, so 12, 16. All right. 2 more to go on this one. 4, 4, 5, 4, 13. Okay. Pineapple pizza. I usually prefer those on birthday parties. I prefer those at birthday parties, particularly kids' birthday parties. But other than that, it's pepperoni, olive, and sausage for me, and stuffed crust if possible. Okay, 16. Got a lot of 16s with that one. Got 3 of them. All right, on to character number 4. 5, 4, 14. Reroll the 1. Reroll the 1. There we go. So 16. Crazy pepperoni sausage is also my fave. Well, that's kind of the one that when I was growing up, that was the one my parents always ordered, was pepperoni, olive, and sausage, Italian sausage. And we usually went to the old-fashioned Pizza Hut stores, you know, back when they had the wooden tables and the cocktail arcade game in the corner, which was usually Miss Pac-Man or something like that. 5, 6, 3, reroll the 2. And by the way, how have you been, MTG's Dave Smith? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a long time. Okay, so 3, so 5, 14. Okay, 6, 6, 4, and reroll the 2. Please be a 6. Ah, we got a 5, so 17. Better than nothing. Yeah, if you were watching earlier, I found out I don't have a particular spell, and if I want that particular spell, it's going to be quite a while till I get to it. Because I should have purchased it earlier on. But I didn't know that I was going to need that particular spell because I am an idiot. I have been doing chemo for a while, so been offline. Oh man, that sucks. Are you doing better? Oop. drop the die. God damn it. Ah. I pick it up and it like slips right through my fingers as I'm poking it up. Jeez. Okay, got it. I'm doing a lot better. I was having I thought I was falling into narcolepsy or something because every time my pillow or my head hit the pillow, my pillow hit my head. I might as well finish this dumb sentence. Yeah, every time my pillow hit the head, I would fall asleep. Well, and I'm in a holding pattern, no cure, but tomorrow I'm doing ACS Relay for Life as a survivor, so that's a thing. Hugs. Well, I wish all the best for you, man. I'm assuming you're a man, given the name Dave. Because nowadays, you know, you never know. Okay, so 17 again. Yeah, I'm looking for Sarah. Are you Sarah?
Yeah, I'm Sarah.
Okay, sorry. On FB, Facebook with my magic trading. TG collecting. What's TG? I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I don't know initials. 6 and 3, so 14? No. Yeah, 14. MTG. Oh, MTG. Magic TG. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I never, I think I told you, I really never got into Magic the Gathering, even though I'm into Dungeons and Dragons, and my best friend would swear up and down that I would be into it, but just never got into the card collecting thing. I think it was mainly due to my dad's, when my dad was and I were younger, he had a baseball card business running for a while. And I did all the heavy lifting, so anything involving cards I really pretty much shut down nowadays because I hated doing all that lifting. Okay, I'm doing one more for him, so 2. Yeah, these are all getting re-rolled. 4. Those are all getting re-rolled. But yeah, I really never got into the whole trading card game thing. Okay, so 15. I might do some switching around on who gets what stats because, let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, when I roll up the first character, the stats for the first character usually suck. And then usually the first character that sucks is the one that's going to be the fighter at front. Do the cancer cat take it with me? Oh. Wow. I hate to ask, but have they given you a time frame? 3. 4. And 3. 13. Okay. 16. Reroll the 1. 3. Okay, so 5, 4, 13. This one's probably going to be the magic user. 6, 6, and 4. After my first 6 weeks of chemo, they said I've got about a 78% chance to make it through 5 years. So that's pretty good, but it can change to aggressive at any time and just take over. Yeah, I did have a relative, actually I should say my grandmother on my mom's side had problems with cancer. Most of I knew her. Hey, we got an 18. Okay, so and it started out she had diabetes, and my mom had diabetes when she was about 11 or 12, possibly 13, so she was fairly young. And my grandmother, she had diabetes as well. It kind of ran with the family, I think. So I usually have to be really careful about my diet because if I have too much sugar one day, I could end up with diabetes the next day. But when it comes to cancer, my grandmother, she had cancer late in her life, but it was like constantly, you know, they think they get rid of it, then all of a sudden, boom, it shows up again somewhere else. 5, 6. And my grandfather, on my dad's side, he had a tumor in his brain about the size of a golf ball. Okay, so 16. And my grandfather on my dad's side, he was my hero growing up. He passed away in 91. I was born in 76, so yeah, I had at least 15 years with him. 14, 15 years with him. And he encouraged me on every endeavor I did. And I was very close to him. I was closer to him than most of my relatives at the time. And I was especially fascinated with his World War II stories, which I found out later nobody else knew about his World War II stuff because he never talked about it that often. But he would talk to it with me. So, 11. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so one more. And just to let you guys know, that's okay. But yeah, he passed away, and it pretty much tore me up and turned me into a different person after he passed. Because up to that point, I think I was probably very open to other people and stuff, and it took quite a long time before I actually started making friends again. Because all the friends I had growing up, pretty much disappeared after my grandfather passed away, so no explanation to that. But eventually in high school, I'd say it was about a year into my freshman year before I started actually making friends. And those particular friends, at least 2 of them I stay in contact with most of my life. Yeah, to anybody that ever goes into the town of Oakhurst in California, if you're heading up to Yosemite, and you find your way heading down to Oakhurst, possibly to go over to Vaughn's or McDonald's, and you're passing this Starbucks. There's a small grave site, a cemetery, just on the side of the freeway or the highway, and you'll see 2 very large stone heads, double stone heads, because they're for 2 people each. And they both say in large letters, Hayes. There's one that has 2 of them on there, and both passed away. Those are my grandparents. The other is for my parents. My mom is already there. You can't miss them if you're heading down through Oakhurst from Yosemite. If you happen to see those stone hats, give them a wave. Tell my family I said hi. Okay, reroll the 1. Yeah, a little bit of history here. My great-grandfather was the saw filer for a place called Sugar Pine Sawmill. The sawmill's no longer there. It's now a summer camp. But my great-grandfather, he lived there. He grew up there. Could you imagine being a child and riding a flue to get to school? Those of you who don't know what a flue is where they take the logs and they slide them down to wherever to get chopped up. And that's how, they chop, they turn them into logs, they put them on the flue, they slide, then they go down. My great-grandfather and his sister would go down that thing to get to school and then take a horse and cart back up to get home. And that was back when the majority of the Central Valley and mountain areas were still dirt roads. Okay, so I'll re-roll the 2. Oh, I don't blame you. I am going to tell everybody right now, within months of, and I'm not saying it's happening soon, but after my dad's passing, when it happens, and I'm probably going to sell all the property around here and get the hell out of California. And it's nothing that I have against California itself. I love the area. I love the people here. But the politics around here has been wearing me down with the bullshit. 14. And I'm not going to get into the politics. I'm not a political savvy person. It's just what affects me usually drains me quite a bit, so. And the stupidity of some people around here is mind-boggling. Hey, we got an 18. Six, 3, 2, 1. 12. Okay. 15. It just depends on where you're at, because where I'm at, it's mostly this. I live in a city of Fresno, but it has the mentality of still being a county. And it hasn't been a county in ages. They still call it Fresno County around here, but Fresno City itself still has the farmer's mentality still. Although latest mayor and mayoral stuff has been really ridiculous lately. A few decades ago, if you guys ever seen the show In the Heat of the Night, one of the I'm trying to remember the character's name was Bubba, and I can't remember his actual name. It's Autry, I think it is. He was our mayor for a few years. Six, 4, so 16. But if you want to talk about different worlds, you're talking about San Francisco and Los Angeles specifically. You go to San Francisco, you might as well be on another planet. I don't know. I don't live near them. I live in the Central Valley. Most of the time when I go to a beach, I went to an area called Morro Bay, which is more of a small town kind of shanty town kind of a place in comparison to like the other places. So it's like you went over there and it was, you had like this big rock to stare at. You can actually look it up. It's called Morro Rock, spelled with 2 R's. But, yeah, I'm holding my hands up like the camera's still on me, but 544. Okay, so 13. And I think that's it. Okay, so we got all our numbers. All right. Now we get to the part of making the characters. I'm just going to continue the numbering that I'm doing so that whatever session this is that I started off on as this episode, that's what's going to continue as.
Dungeons and Dragons will return after these messages.
In a peaceful land, paradise is threatened by an unspeakable evil, and only one person has found the power to restore perfect order. In a new action-adventure game for your Super NES comes an exciting tale, The Secret of Mana, from Square, maker of the world's greatest video games.
And now, back to Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm going to have to clear out the cat box later. Wow, that stinks. What you been eating, Miley? Okay. Now, turn the game back on. Got my numbers here. And I think I am going to reorganize the numbers. I'm not going to specifically stick them to one group. Well, the 6 numbers each, yeah, they each go to a different character, but I'm going to organize them to see to whoever I feel would benefit from those numbers best. Or at least try to. Like, for instance, the one with the 18s, I'm going to put those up front. Alright, so I'll enter the code. I really don't have to, so we'll just say putts. There we go. Alright, now, create new characters. Okay, we got dwarf, elf, gnome, half-elf, halfling, and human. Oh crap, I'm being raided. No! Okay, so far I only got one person rating me, so not too bad. Well, you guys get to catch me in the middle of character creation. Okay, so let's see here. Who had the highest numbers in the group? Okay, we're gonna go with that batch right here. So, okay. First one we're gonna make is a human. Watch me play D&D. Well, I'm in the middle of character creation. I hope you don't mind that. And who's we? How many other people are here? I only see 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. Okay. Well, there should be 14. I still only see 3 viewers, so they must have saw me and left immediately. Okay, human. You see 19. Really? Lots of lurkers. Okay. Oh, so they're all in the quiet zone. All right. Well, feel free to talk to me, yak at me, and ridicule me. I don't mind. Death threats, all good. Okay. You know what? Let's put a male in the lead this time. Only do some of those things. Okay. Okay, and of course it's going to be a fighter. Oh. And I got Sventus Coyote is now following me. Excuse me. And now I'm burping. Okay. Yeah, the first time I had a raid was a few months ago. And I had no idea what a raid was. And I thought I was getting... I thought it was a bad thing. I had no idea what was happening. I was freaking out. You know, I think I'll try to remember what I have it on video on YouTube when it happened, but I'll try to remember which one it was. Yeah, I'm just sitting there going, all of a sudden it says, "You are being raided," and I'm like going, what's a raid? What's happening? Is it a bad thing? What do I do? Do I have to start the computer over again? Okay, lawful good. Uh, Fighters is all you need. Well, I'm going to be using, I think, trying to think here. Yeah, I think I used 3 in this one. You know, 3 fighters, the thief, cleric, and a mage. And I'm trying. This is actually another attempt. I'm going to admit to everybody, I have never beaten this game. I've been playing it for 3 years on my channel. Oh, it'd be a challenge, I'll tell you, because I just discovered there's a spot you actually need a particular spell. And I did not know I needed a particular spell. And you're going to love this. It's the knock spell. So now that I know that, I'm starting over today. And first chance I get to put a knock spell on my mage, I think it's or magic user, I'm going to do it first chance I get. Sounds like SSI. Yeah, it's definitely SSI. This is Pool of Radiance, if you haven't read the title already, but this is the very first gold box game and probably one of the more rough around the edges ones. Keep this character. Yes, because I can actually change up those stats later, which we will do later, so we'll just keep them as is like that. So name. Kind of looks like Reb Brown, doesn't he? So I'm just going to call him Reb Brown. Okay. And you're playing I've been watching you create 6 new characters for over 30 minutes. Oh yeah, it takes a while to get to character creation on this. Because this is just the first character, and of course I've been talking a lot too, so that's been slowing me down. And we're keeping them as is. Now we get to fix up my miniature. They call them an icon, but I prefer calling them miniatures because that's basically what they are. Yeah, it does generally take an hour or more, especially since you're going through 6 of them. See here. Don't need to change the, well, maybe the parts, but with weapon. And next. We're going to give him the old-fashioned sword and shield look. Or should I give him the broadsword? Maybe the broadsword. Or claymore. Great sword. That's what I'm thinking. Great sword. Duh. I think I passed it already. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And keep. And exit. Okay, now we're going to try to color code it to the portrait. I always try to do that. It's not an exact science with this one, unfortunately. Oh, 1. I'm hitting I thinking it's a 1. Okay, body. Looking for a silverish color. I think I just passed it. I think that'll work. Okay, keep. Hair. Make him a blonde. Oh yeah. Oh, I agree totally. First time I put characters together in this game. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of the earlier videos where I did playthroughs of this because they were all generally the same footage over and over and over again. And a lot of the footage was very well. The recording system I was using at the time kind of sucked. So first chance I got, I decided to drop all of them. And just to let you guys know, the other channel I'm referring to is my YouTube channel, CRPG Dungeons and Dragons Night, and it's the symbol and, not the word and. And over there I have a lot of my streams I re-edit into more shortened videos without all the extra baggage on it. So, of extended periods of silence, stuff like that. Okay, so keep. Let's see. What did I hit? Okay, it was S. He doesn't need a shield. What am I talking about? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's 947 here where I'm at. So, let's see, arms. Okay, we'll make that a shadow. There we go. Keep. And leg. Keep. And 2. Yeah, right now I'm just messing around with making the portraits and the figurines, and then I'll work on the stats since I can change up all the stats based on the rolls I made. My big problem is I do a lot of typing in the dark. The only reason I have a light on right now is so you can see me. But usually when I'm like on the computer or something, I'm usually in pitch black other than the monitors. Okay, so exit and then second. Okay, so body. Same except with an Xbox. Well, an Xbox you usually don't have a keyboard. Well, most people don't have a keyboard. I don't know. Do they have keyboards for Xboxes? I imagine they do, since, they have the same plugin setup. All right. Face, not going to mess with. Not that I'm aware of. I remember when I was using the PlayStation, which one was it? The PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 2. If you could plug in your keyboard to it. Yeah, you got to connect your own keyboard. So yeah, if you have a keyboard at home, and you could plug it in just like you would with a regular computer. I remember first time I did that, I thought it was the wildest thing, and it was for I was playing Phantasy Star Adventure, and it was the online portion of it. I think it was PlayStation 2 I did that on. Okay, keep. Let's see here, leg. Next. Okay, we'll keep it with a little bit of white just so he stands out to me. Okay, exit. Exit. Keep this icon. Yes. 1 inch from the TV to do it. Wow. Okay. One of those. Okay. Create. Well, I also got to keep in mind that 2 of the fighters are going to be, if I ever get around to it, by the time I get to Curse of the Azure Bonds, which I can transfer these characters to, I'm going to replace 2 of those fighters. I'm either going to basically do what everybody calls a, wow, I'm going to do a class trade-off and make 2 of them into paladins, a paladin and a ranger, which they don't have in this game, but they do have in Azure Bonds, and you can make 2 more characters for that. So do I want to make a dwarf? Because dwarfs can't be paladins, so he'd probably be the straight fighter. Okay, so we're going ahead with a dwarf. We'll go male. I would go fighter thief, but it would take forever to level him up. And we'll go lawful neutral. Keep this, yes. And character name. What's a good dwarf name? Okay, head. We can go with old Pappy the Sailor Man. That's Popeye's dad. We can go with Sean Connery. So either Pappy's the Sailor Man or Sean Connery. Sean Connery. Okay, and body? No. Damn. Okay, no. Probably that one. Or maybe that one. No. Definitely not. Funny, but definitely not. Only if I was feeling evil. Okay, so we're going to go with that one. And keep. Now on to the parts. Head. Okay. Okay, exit. I meant to hit keep. Okay, weapon. We're going to give him a sword and shield. There we go. Okay, keep. Okay, exit. Now we go on to the colors. I saw he was wearing what looked like a brown or red cape and gray armor, so we can go from there. Let's see here. Color 1. Body. Give him a red shirt. Give him white hair. There we go. And just so you guys know, I might have a little bit of a hard time concentrating because I got Mama I'm Coming Home playing in my brain right now. It's living there rent-free right now because of the whole Ozzy Osbourne's funeral and passing away, and everybody on YouTube doing reactions or first-time reactions to Mama I'm Coming Home. So it's kind of stuck in my head right now. Not that I don't mind. Mama I'm Coming Home is an Ozzy Osbourne song, for those that don't know. And in light of his passing within the last week, it's kind of been the song everybody's been playing. And I'll tell you one thing. You're either going to get sick of the song or start crying every time you hear it. You've never heard of Ozzy Osbourne. You ever heard of Black Sabbath? Wow. You are young. Okay. Whenever you get the chance, go on YouTube, look up Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of people will give you a list of songs to listen to from him. Like, him and 3 other guys, when they were in a band together called Black Sabbath, literally invented heavy metal. And then he had a solo career which he blew up in. And they just gave him a funeral, which they've been showing on the news lately, and I would say it was bigger than what Michael Jackson got. Yeah, it is debatable, but to me, there's nothing else before Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is year zero, as far as I'm concerned. And you can debate it with me all you want. Okay, getting back to this before I lose my attraction here. Okay, so I was on shield. Let's give him a... There. Good enough. Keep. Arm. He had bare arms, so let's see if we can find some skin tone. There it is. And leg, we're gonna go for brownish color there. Okay, and keep. And I know people are probably leaving very fast on this because it is pretty late wherever they're from. Okay, body. Keep. Keep and a leg. Okay, keep. Exit and exit and yes. Okay, so now we got 2. On to our last fighter, which I usually make as a human female. And fighter, and we're going to go, let's see here. Let's go lawful good again. And this one also has the option of being either a paladin or a ranger later on. And if I end up not liking either of the characters, either of the fighters, I'll just make brand new characters. So we'll see. But let's see for now. Yes. Name. God, I always have the hardest time when it comes to the names. Guess we'll go with that one. And I think we'll go with that one. Okay, keep. Alright, parts, head. Okay, keep. Open. It does, but you need to be schooled in the art of Ozzy. Of course, I really can't complain. I never bought any of his albums, but I always listened to his music when it came on. And I watched the reality shows. Watching him and his wife, their antics on television. No, I already have a broadsword with one of them. So, sword and shield for her. Okay. Keep. Okay, colors. There is a couple of types of music I kind of refuse to listen to. And I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for it, but the majority of it is rap and country I will not listen to. But I will say there are some rap songs I will be alright listening to, but I don't go out of my way for it. Okay, so what we're going to do is start with parts, head. I'll forgive you. Yeah, I was never much into rap or country very much. My grandmother, she listened to a lot of country music, but well, I will say I'll listen to Ray Stevens, but that's about it. Mostly because his music makes me laugh, because it's meant to make you laugh, because he's a jokester, so a comedian, country comedian. So I do listen to that at least. Oh. My favorite one out of him was The Streak by Ray Stevens, and that is basically he sings the song like it's a news report about a streaker that appears in several different places where this husband and wife are, and basically the guy streaks for the you find out he's streaking for the uh, for validation from the guy's wife. And she ends up joining him streaking afterwards, and the other guy, the husband's chasing after her, calling a shameless hussy and stuff like that. But the voices he uses is hilarious telling the story, because he tells the story from this one, they go, "Excuse me, sir, did you see what happened?" The guy's sitting there going, "Yeah, I did. I was over there by the fruits and vegetables, going through the tomatoes, and here he come. Naked as a jaybird. I yelled over to my wife, 'Don't look, Ethel!'" Okay, so... Oh, yeah. Oh, previous. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I was done there. Okay, and exits. Now colors. See, I got to talking, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, here I think it's blonde again. Yeah, that's what I try to get it to where they match up to the portraits, but it's like they make it so difficult because nothing matches up between either of them really of it. Do I at least like Eminem? I'm okay with it. Don't tell anybody I said that. Alright. Oh, previous. There we go. Keep. Body. I think we'll go with white because that's more of a silverish color than gray. Keep. Arm. Okay, 2. Yeah, and I got 4 more of these to go. I forgot to do shield mainly because I don't want to risk being executed. I wouldn't be that cruel. It would only be to the pain. And only those that have seen the Princess Bride would know what I'm talking about. Princess Bride was a movie, and I referred to, instead of executing you, it would be to the pain, which is cut off your legs, your arms, your tongue, your nose, but you get to keep, and your eyes, but you get to keep your ears so you can hear everybody scream as they see you. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to go back over and do the shields next. There we go. Sounds like a normal day. Well, actually, the funniest thing that ever happened to me was when it came to someone screaming at me was I had a toddler run into me thinking I was her dad, and I wasn't. I was his cousin. But she never met me before. She ran up to me and hugged my legs and looked up and went, "Ah!" Then, of course, I picked her up, and at the time I had a beard. Her dad was in the military, so he didn't have a beard at the time. And so she was like fascinated at the fact that I had a beard and she was doing this, feeling my beard. And she was like 2 or 3 years old. Okay. I think that is it for this one. So yes, and yes. Now on to our thief. Exactly. He was clean shaven. I wasn't. I wasn't in the military, so I had a beard and long hair, and and I'm like, okay. And we look nothing alike. He's like a full head taller than me. In fact, all my cousins are taller than me, even the girls. I'm 5'7". They're like all 6 foot something. Oops. Okay, create. I think I was going to go with a halfling. I usually go with a halfling when it comes to thieves because they're like the best ones to go with. And we'll go male, thief, lawful neutral. You went to the military and never fought. I was in the army for exactly 3 months, and that was for boot camp, but I got kicked out because I ended up having a nervous breakdown. And it wasn't over anything something stupid or anything. It just happened. I don't even know what caused it. It was just all of a sudden I'm doing this. And I couldn't even think straight, and I like completely zoned out. I had no idea where I was after a while. That's like the closest I could put it, but I think it was more than that. But I'll tell you one thing. I wasn't pussing out. I actually wanted to stick it out. But they said we can't have you doing that, so we gotta let you go. And I was so disappointed in myself. I actually cried on the plane home because I was so mad at myself. I felt like a failure by the time I got home. Well, it was in '97 when I signed on, and I was in my early 20s. And by the time I would have been ready to go out, 9/11 probably would have happened, and I probably would have been going. They probably would have extended my contract and sent me to Afghanistan. At least that's what a lot of people suspect would have happened if I had stuck it out and not have that nervous breakdown. But yeah, let me tell you, I wanted to go to Afghanistan. But then, of course, I see all the stuff that's going on now. I'm going like, yeah, maybe I probably shouldn't have gone to the military. And of course, I did it on a whim when I signed on. It was one of those things where it's like, um, I was at one of those points like I didn't know what to do with myself. I was working at a pretzel shop, making baked pretzels. So it wasn't exactly like I was in the greatest position for anything. So I figured, joining the army would be a better opportunity for me. Oh yeah, yes. Character name. Well, this is our thief. So thief would be. Well, usually halflings, like hobbits, they usually have like somewhat normal sounding names. Like Bilbo and Frodo. Oh, that's a whole different can of worms. I grew up on my grandfather's World War II stories. I'm trying to think of a name right now. I just named him after my grandfather. Halfling, 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 halfling. Notice that pretty much all of them have white or gray hair and very few dark-haired people. Yeah, I was mentioning earlier, I grew up on his World War II stories. So. Oh, buddy, yeah. I just don't know about that head, but it's rather androgynous head, so I figure I'll keep that. But the thing is, it's also extremely small in comparison to everything else, but whatever. Keep. Okay, parts, head, next. Hmm. Okay, keep. He uses darts. I wonder if they have anything that looks remotely like a dart. Hmm. Yeah. Wars can make one fickle. I guess that's the closest I'm going to get, so. Keep. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave him as is other than the black hair, so. Exit. There. Keep. And yeah, he's done, so exit. Okay. Now for our cleric. Well, actually, I should have made the cleric first, so. That's my own boo-boo, but I can order them any way I want, so. This one's also going to be... Japan had a complete lack of oil, so conquering we go just like... Oh. Conquer we go just like our grandfathers. In the ancient tradition of our ancestors. Let's go female with this cleric. Okay, female. Let's see here. Yeah, thing was is World War One, I think everybody was just, for me, and screw the losers kind of a thing. Not thinking about how, the people that actually had nothing to do with the war were doing. So a lot of times that stuff like that would happen during divvying out of the goods. Gibbon. Okay, I'll name my magic user Gibbon when I get to him. Right now we're in the middle of a female character, so female, female. Hmm. Body. Whatever. Okay, so did I pass it already? Okay. Keep. Exit. Okay, and first with body. Red shirt. Here. It's black. Oop, passed it. There we go. Keep. Shield. Actually, we'll keep it the same color, so. Other than the. Yeah, so next. And keep. And legs. Okay, keep. And exit 2. Body. See, there we go. Goldish color. Shield stays the same, but we're changing the armor. Arms, I should say. Keep. And finally the legs. Yeah, close enough, keep. And that's One that's done as well. Keep this icon, yes. And finally, the magic user, which this time I think I'm going to make as a human again. Male. Magic user. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of humans because back in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons and early Dungeons & Dragons stuff, they really didn't give much benefit to being a meta-human. It was kind of weird. Or a demi-human, I think they called it back then. So yeah, being an elf, a dwarf, or anything like that, unless you're a halfling thief, it really didn't benefit you to be anything other than a human. Because you couldn't even level up if you wanted to. Okay, we'll go with lawful good. Yes. Gibbon as requested. Head. Okay, we'll go with him. Body. Close enough. Gibbons Island. Do you mean Gilligan's Island? Yeah, well, Gibbon's close enough. It sounds like a name I would use. I wouldn't use Gilligan because that was such a stupid show to me. If you like the show, that's fine. It was just dumb to me. Okay, parts. Head. I want the one with a beard. There we go. Weapon. Yes. Yeah, it was one of those sillier shows. I couldn't really tell you much about it other than, it was these people get trapped on an island and you got the dumbest sailor on Earth that would constantly cause every plan they do to get off the island to backfire. Unintentionally, of course. So a lot of people started thinking they were in purgatory and Gilligan was the devil. I heard a lot of those theories, and I would actually say, yeah, it seems kind of true because it's like every time they try to get out, they get close to getting off the island, he'd screw it up somehow. And then finally, they did a movie where they did finally get off the island, and you know what happens? They decide to have an anniversary cruise where they go off, and they end up back on the island. And Gilligan's the only one that's happy about it. He goes, "We're back." Basically they went through another storm and they ended up back on the island, wrecked on the island again. And he was the only one that was happy about it. Everybody else was pissed. Alright, so one. Okay, so kind of a light. Oh, there we go. Got it right off the get-go. So, okay. Hair. Yeah, black. Okay. Exit. And yes. Okay, now we get to add our party members and change up the numbers. Okay, so add. What the hell is Minx there? Oh, that was an extra character I made, but I didn't add it to anybody. It's an interesting show, but it's one of those ones that I watched it on reruns right after watching Bugs Bunny cartoons in the afternoons when I was little. Let's see, red, brown. The map popped up. Weird. Okay. Okay, then we go Graham. Elizabeth. And when I was a kid, we had in the afternoons when I'd come home, and this is before cable skyrocketed over here, and we had like Cartoon Network and all that. Cartoon Network was not around when I was little, so you woke up in the morning at around 6 o'clock a.m. and you'd start with cartoons, and it was Star Trek the animated show. It was just called Star Trek then. It started off with that, and then you had a couple of other shows. I can't remember what they were. I remember Flintstones was one of them. But it was the afternoon ones I really remembered, which would start off with Bugs Bunny and Woody Woodpecker cartoons. And then it would go to Super Friends. No, it'd start off with Scooby-Doo, then it would be Bugs Bunny and Bugs Bunny and Woody Woodpecker, then it would be Super Friends. And then eventually they added G.I. Joe to it when it was, just as a special at the time. So it started off as like an hour of cartoons, then it turned to an hour and a half, then it turned to 2 hours of cartoons in the afternoon. But it really started to kick in when G.I. Joe, then Transformers started having cartoons, and then and we only had one channel that had the cartoons, except on Saturdays. When everybody's Saturday morning cartoons, if you know anything about that, which was ABC, CBS, and NBC, and those would be about 3 to 4 hours worth of cartoons and a bowl full of cereal. Okay, I'm going to... I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan, and whenever I get a chance to watch the older Scooby-Doo cartoons, I watch them. I have a shirt over here. I'm not going to dig it out right now because it's in my wash hamper, so I'm not going to go dig it up right now. I have a shirt. It's a Scooby. It's got a beholder up here from Dungeons and Dragons, but then it has the Scooby Gang down here, dressed up as different D&D characters. Like I think Shaggy's a fighter, and yeah, that's the one. Scooby-Doo, where are you? That was the original show. But it was kind of interesting what they did, because it was like on Mondays it would be Scooby-Doo, where are you? I think it was Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday and Thursday it would be the Scooby-Doo movies. And the Scooby-Doo movies was they would have it was just it was usually a two-parter, and each episode they would have a celebrity voice actor with it, like they would have Sonny and Cher or the Three Stooges or something like that with them. And then there was I think it was the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries or something like that was on Fridays. So I was always kind of confused. It was like every time it was like Scooby-Doo was on, it had a different theme song on different days. I didn't understand that at the time. There were different shows that just had Scooby-Doo and the gang in it. Okay, so now we're going to do modifications. We're going to start with red brown. Okay, so M. This is the neat little thing about the old gold box games. Those numbers I rolled up, I can now put them in the game. So let's see here. Red, brown. Let's see. Red, brown. That's what it was here. I guess we will go with the order of numbers. So 17 is going to be your highest. Okay. Let's see here. 17. Then we got 16, so we'll put that. Oh, already there, so 16 there too. Then we go 14, 13, and a 12. I was going to put 14 on charisma, but they beat me to it. So let's go with 14 on wisdom and 12 on intelligence. Before I get too carried away, let's max them up on the HP, which is 12. And he has 130 gold. So keep. I'm just making sure I did everything. Okay, keep. Okay, Graham, modify. Well, he did have an 18, and I was going to put that up there. So where's the percentage? Okay. I'm going to roll the percentages here. All right. Get that down there. Okay, 30 and 5. So 35. Okay. 18, 15, 15, and 15. All right, so 15, 15, and 15, and 11 and 14. Put that at 11. Okay, let's check out how much the HP is. 11. Okay. Yeah, he's got 120 gold. Elizabeth. Okay. Modify. Which one do I want to use for her? Okay, I'll use that one. 18. Oh. Roll a percentage again for her. Oh, that omits that one because that's 100% right there. Well, that's how I'm interpreting it anyway. Oh, it stops at 50 here, so okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue with it. So she's maxed out on her strength. Okay. So what's next on here? So 18, 16, 16. Okay, so 16 and 16. Oh, already got 13 on charisma. Cool, cool. 13 on that and 11 on intelligence. Okay, keep. All right, William. Oh, I need to make sure I don't reuse numbers, so scratch those out. Let's see here. I think, yeah. Alright, so William is our thief. Which one am I going to use for you? Let's use the one with the 17s. So, 17, 17, 16, 14, and 15. Only 30 gold, ouch. Now that you've realized that, and you realize I'm going to have to kill you, right? I'm kidding. Yeah, I just realized that, but that's okay. He would have thought it was funny. He had a sense of humor, so he would have thought it was funny. And if I was ever to have a son, I would have named him William, just to let you guys know. But I'm almost 50 and I'm not married, so I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I'm come to the point where I can live with that. So I think that's every. Oh yeah, almost forgot. HP of 8. It's better than 4. Okay, and keep. Okay, Shara. Modify. Oh, mark that off so I don't accidentally do that again. Okay, this is going to be our healer. So 16. 16. Yeah, okay. 16, 16, 16. Okay, 15 is fine there. 12 and 13. Oh, almost forgot. Get back down there. Oh. HP of 10, that's fine. And finally, Gibbon. Damn, I've been at this for almost 2.5 hours. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, 18 on Wisdom. 16, 15, 14, and 13. Okay, and then finally, please be something higher than a 4. 6. Can possibly die from laughing damage. Alright, keep. Alright, and we're going to go through the opening tour at least, maybe pick a fight, and then call it a day. Alright, so I think we got everybody. Okay, begin. Oh, it let me keep the map from the previous game. That's nice. Okay, greetings, courageous ones. I am Rolf, appointed by the council to introduce newcomers to the fair city of Flan. If you will accompany me, I will start the tour. You now face an entrance to the Temple of Tyr. There are 3 temples in Flan: Tyrs, Suns, and Tempest. Tyrs is the largest and houses Bishop Braccio. If you will turn around now, you will see the entrance to the passenger dock area we just departed. Few ships dare the perilous passage here, but the Council is developing a plan to open up the sea lanes. Please follow me. Dead soldier. I'll pick it up later. Behind these doors are the special training schools where adventurers increase their skills. Let us now go to the city's most important building. That wasn't the most important building? We're just outside the city hall. Proclamations are posted on these walls. Inside, the city clerk awards the council's commissions. Commissions are the quickest way to fame and fortune. On your right is one of the entrances to the Suns Temple. As with all Flan's temples, various clerical services are offered inside. On your left is an entrance to the city park. Beyond this gate are the monster-ridden areas of the old city. We are slowly preparing for settlement. The council offers a generous reward to those who clear areas of monsters. Excuse me. Our tour is ended. Again, let me urge you to apply to the city clerk for... God, got the hiccups now. For a commission. Goodbye and good fortune. You are on your own now. You are outside the city hall. The city clerks await inside to award commissions. Proclamations are posted on the walls. In your journal, you note proclamation. And I'm not going to read those out, or the numbers out loud, because I don't know Roman numerals. But I do have them written down on this. So... give me a minute. I'm clearing out my phone because I got a bunch of crap on it. Okay. Things keep popping up while I'm trying to read stuff. Okay, Adventurer's Journal. There we go. Okay, and this is proclamations. There we go, proclamations. LXIV. Now, I've read these before, but I always like to refresh my memory. Be it known that the Council is interested in acquiring information as to the disposition of various formerly living entities rumored to be harassing honest citizens in the vicinity of Valhegan Graveyard. A reward is offered to any person who shall travel to said graveyard and return an eyewitness account. I like that terminology right there. Formally living entities. Okay, and then we got LXXV111, which is the right next note, right on the list there. Okay, be it known that the Council is offering a reward to any person or persons who can provide information as to the disposition of several Council agents who have been sent to investigate the unseemly happenings in the vicinity of Valhegan Graveyard. So that's two things happening in Valhegan Graveyard that should pique my interest. Which, by the way, I have never reached Valhegan Graveyard, so maybe I could do it this time. CIX. Be it known that the Council is offering an inducement to any individual who shall serve in the rescue force of the mercenary band of Taimeli the Invincible, which has disappeared inside Valhegan Graveyard. Okay, three things involving Valhegan Graveyard. And then finally, ILIX. Be it known that the Council is interested in reclaiming the remaining blocks of the city of New Flan. To reclaim said blocks, they must be first cleared of monsters, vermin, and other uncivilized inhabitants. To this end, the Council is offering a reward to any person or group who is responsible for clearing any block of the old city. Okay. And now to go buy some equipment. The shop specializes in arms and armor. Can I show you our wares? Well, sure. Okay, so first off we go to Gibbon. And we're going to pool. Buy. Alright. So we're going to, I think he's the one with the great, I think I put him with the great sword, so we're going to start off with the great sword with him. Or a two-handed sword as they call it here, so we'll just go ahead and give him a two-handed sword. Bye. And give me a second here. How do I find out how much I have pooled? Order for platinum. Okay. And bye. We'll go with banded mail for now. We'll get plate later. Or should I get plate mail now? Well, we'll go with banded right now, so bye. And finally, a shield. Bye. Okay. Bye. He's using a two-handed sword. He doesn't need a shield. Alright, hold on. Go back here. View, item, ready, trade. Okay. And buy So now we just need the shield in the arm, or sword in the armor for him. Go long sword. And bye. Okay. Ready, ready, and ready. All right. Elizabeth. All right, next. Like I said, there's a lot of micromanaging in this particular game, so be prepared for that if you decide to play it. And a lot of different... And the menu in this is very squirrely. You really have to pay attention to it. Did I just buy another armor? Well, we'll find out in a second, so... View items... No, I didn't. Okay, so ready... Ready... And ready. Yeah, I think after I get everybody equipped, I'll call it a day, because I've almost been at this for about almost 3 hours now. So exit. Okay, William. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know, right? Well, back when I was about your age, I really wanted to play this game, but I didn't have a computer that I could play it on at the time. But the NES had a version of it, but I could never find a copy of it. So, and the NES version is, to my understanding, a very simplified and bare bones version of this one. Next. I think he can have a short sword. We'll find out. And finally, next. I think he can only have leather armor. No. Item. Okay. Well, first we'll start off with that. Ready. Buy. Ace. Banded. Shield. And ready. Ready and ready. Okay, so we still have enough. A little bit more than 2 decades old, but yeah, that would be the one I'm talking about. I know I just said Nintendo, I didn't say the NES, so... When I think Nintendo, I just think the original machine, but, if I say SNES, I'm referring to the Super Nintendo. But yeah, I remember the original Nintendo system, yeah. Okay, bye. I think with him I can only get a few darts and the staff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goodbye. Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't get any armor, so he's running around buck-ass naked. You may ask. But it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to answer. Just depends on the question. Okay, so share. 1 platinum. Okay. We're down to 1 platinum for everyone. I was born on March 3rd, 1976 at 10:45 a.m. I think I'll do 1 battle, but I'm going to have to pay 1 platinum to use it, though. It would cost you 1 platinum, yeah. Let's here. Red pays this time. Okay, so now I gotta get the magic going here. So magic. We have Shara and Gibbon right next to each other. So memorize. Okay, we're gonna go with Cure Light Wounds. Yep. And right now we're just gonna stick with a sleep spell. So exit and exit. Yes. Rest. And save and nope. Oh, for a second I thought you were older than my dad who grew up with the Atari. I started with the Atari. In fact, I have the Atari 50th anniversary collection on my computer, and I do play it quite often. But I mostly play the arcade games. I don't play the old Atari cartridge games that much. I do have a few of them on my channel, my YouTube channel, because there's a couple of how do I say, very early rudimentary role-playing games that I do have on the channel, and I have played them on occasion. So, if you want to go to my YouTube channel, you could check that out, but like I said, I didn't get on them very often for my channel. That was mostly for my personal entertainment. Let's see here. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, those, especially the earlier models with the push-down mechanism. It, for some reason, it really screwed up the cartridge teeth in it. You are by the gateway to the unsettled areas. The city watch eyes you suspiciously. Okay, now we're in the slums. Which apparently... Ooh, we get a fight right off the get-go. You are surprised by kobolds. Battle begins. Oh, my party is a little bit more colorful this time. Alright, so... Aim, manual. Cast. A little cleanup might even fix it, and there's still people around that'll repair them, so. Manual. Damn, why is this going so fast? I need to slow it down, I think. I'm trying to remember how to slow it down. Okay, anybody watching this on YouTube, if you remember, if anybody knows how to slow down the speed of the combat, remind me, because I forgot. Yep, there are those. I actually had a friend that knew how to repair them, so he repaired mine, but I ended up selling it because I needed the rent money. Yeah, unfortunately, my F buttons don't really work because no matter what I do, yeah, I don't know why the laptop does this, where it has the F1 buttons, but then it has other controls on it, and those supersede the F1 or the F number buttons. And I never figured out how to switch over to where I can use the F buttons. Let me try. Nope, that's still volume. Okay, you say F11, F10. Now let's try it. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, turn the volume off. Okay. Yeah, that slowed it down a little bit. Move. That slowed it down. Okay, continue battle. No. Okay, the party has won. Each character receives 8 experience points. Press enter, return to continue. Okay, the reason it says enter and return on there is because it's the same button, but in a lot of older computers you had a return button instead of a Alt F4. I have no idea myself. Okay, but yeah, on older computers, instead of enter, it had a return button. Like if you look at the old Commodore and the Tandy computers, they had return on them instead of enter. Okay, so everybody got 8 experience out of that. Okay, view, take, pool, share. Okay. What's the take? Oh, we got money and items. So money. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and share. And the take is 1 short sword. Really? I don't think I've ever heard that before. Of course, I used to know a lot about computers, but Computers just changed so much. I'm still catching up sometimes. Okay, so exit. Alright, well, I think we'll do one more particular battle and then I'll rest there. And then call it a day. Several orcs are arguing over some papers. Battle begins. And unfortunately, no one's going to be able to rest, so we're going to have to really duke it out here. Okay, maybe that slowed it down too much. Okay. Does that mean you have to go sleepy bye? One down. Hey, my Fridays and Saturday nights, I was usually up till 4 in the morning when I was your age, watching horror movies on the VHS. Yeah, not too bad. I don't think anybody got hurt in any of the battles so far. Nope. Everybody got 77 experience for that. Nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and share the... Oh, and then... And we got 2 scrolls here, so go ahead and take... And exit. And now that we're here, we're going to encamp. And the only person that really has to learn any spells is Gibbon, who, by the way, only has 1 spell to his name. Yeah, as you get older, your brain kind of goes like, I need sleep. Okay, magic. Memorize. Sleep. Exit. Exit. Memorize this, yep. And I don't think Sharon needs anything, but I'll check anyway. Nope, alright. Rest. And save and I'm going to hit yes because I am going to call it a night here. This is probably one of the longer times I've been on this channel or on the stream. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the raid. I can't remember your name now, but thank you for the raid. Oh, that's the fun part. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever comes first. This is Dave on CRPG Dungeons & Dragons Night on YouTube and CRPG D&D Night on Twitch. Good night.